So do you have extremely high standards and like things to be done a specific and particular way? Or maybe you consider yourself to be detail oriented and can spot a mistake from a mile away. Well, if you've said yes to those, then you may be a perfectionist and it could be ruining your life. Stay tuned and I'll give you 3 baby steps on how to overcome perfectionism. So being a perfectionist is more than something that you just say to an interviewer when they ask you, well, tell me, what's your greatest weakness? And you say, well, my greatest weakness is that I'm a perfectionist because I like things to be done perfectly. And while it may sound good, it really goes deeper than that, because being a perfectionist is placing unrealistic and unattainable demands on yourself that you will never be able to reach. And it can be self-defeating and leads to behaviors that's ruining your life and ruining your family's life and everyone that has anything to do with you. So what can you do to overcome this self-destructive behavior? The first thing you have to do is just do it. I'm so committed. Well, what do I mean by just do it? Well, the problem is that with a perfectionist, they take more time planning than they do actually doing something. So they'll plan and they'll write it out before they actually get to doing the task. And then they procrastinate, because the thing is that they have an all or nothing attitude. The perspective is either it's going to be done correctly or it's not going to be done at all. And this is what we would call an unproductive perfectionism, because it's done well on paper and it's done well mentally in your mind, but you haven't done anything with it. It is unproductive. So the key here is to taking baby steps towards your goal. Let's not focus so much on the results right now, but focus on getting it started. Little incremental goals that will get you to the bigger picture. And that's probably the reason why most of us haven't started working out, because we're procrastinating, because we're thinking about how much it's going to take to get to that result. That's why we haven't started our book. That's why we haven't started that project. That's why we haven't started organizing that junk drawer or that junk closet, or we haven't started cleaning out that garage. We haven't started a huge project because it's going to take a while before we see results. And because we're so result oriented, it can be a little bit discouraging. So the thing here is to just do it. The second thing is let go of control. Allow yourself to let go of control. You don't have to always be in control, and it does not have to always be done your way. You are a control freak. Yes, I said it. You're a control freak, and you've got to learn how to let go of control and allow someone else to do it. Those people are probably so afraid. They're probably scared to death to do anything because they're afraid of your criticism. They're afraid that it's not going to be good enough for you. And of course it's not going to be good enough for you, because what you do is not good enough for you. So how could what anybody else do be good enough for you? The thing here is to remember this. Excellence is different than perfection. I know we want to operate in the spirit of excellence, but we do not want to operate in the spirit of perfectionism. That's two different spirits. The spirit of perfectionism will hold you hostage. It's like a yoke around your neck, and it will keep you trapped in bondage. Okay, so we don't want the spirit of perfectionism, but we definitely want to operate in the spirit of excellence. So how do we do that? Let's focus on the positive. Let's focus on the good things that was done in the project. Okay, so the children decided to cook for you. Let's focus on the fact that they decided to cook for you and not the fact that they burnt the rice. Okay, so your husband decides that he's going to make the bed. Let's focus on the fact that he at least attempted to make the bed, and as opposed to, well, it wasn't done perfectly. And if you're always saying if you want it done correctly, you've got to do it yourself, then you have got to consider that maybe you're a perfectionist. And the last thing, which is probably at the heart of it all, is your fear of failure. We've got to recognize that even a fail can be a win. Even in your failure, you can get something great out of that. How do I know that? Because most successful people have said it themselves. They said that the key to their success was failing and failing and failing big. What made them successful is the fact that they had to fail so many times. Michael Jordan himself has said that I failed over and over, and that is why I succeed. So if we take a page out of their book, then we'll know that there is some plus and positive to failing. That's why someone said that there really is no losses, only lessons. If we learn from it, then it's really a win-win situation, isn't it? Because what I've learned through experience is that the fear of failure is actually rooted in your fear of being judged by others. Your fear of failure is really rooted in your fear of losing the other person's respect. So that's really what it is. It's really not your fear of failing. It's your fear of how other people perceive you. So we have got to stop comparing ourselves to people, especially when we're comparing our beginnings to their middles, or we're comparing our middles to their ends. If they've had more experience in it, if they've had more time in it, then stop comparing yourself. As a matter of fact, just stop comparing yourself. Just stop comparing yourself. Just stop. Just stop. Just stop comparing yourself, because you don't know what they went through. You don't know their story. You don't only see the outcome of it. You don't know what they had to go through in their story of failure. Perfectionism leads to the self-defeating behaviors of OCD, of anxiety, of depression, of stress, high blood pressure, low self-esteem, of never feeling like you're adequate. And so we are going to together bust through 2019 by taking perfectionism and throwing it out the window. We do not want to be perfect. In this perfect society where everyone is perfect, we don't want to be perfect. We just want to be human. We want to be real. So thank you for watching. I hope that I have motivated you, because you have surely motivated me. Until next time, bye.